Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today's list is one that travels the full length and breadth of the watch world, from a Casio that costs less than a dinner out, all the way to one of the most romantically designed watches ever to come out of Geneva. Every watch on this list has something to say, a story rooted in heritage, innovation, craftsmanship, or pure, unapologetic beauty. Some of these names you'll know immediately. Others might surprise you with the depth of what they offer. And our number one pick today is a watch that has, quite simply, one of the most beautiful cases ever designed in the history of Swiss watchmaking. These are 10 watches that each tell a story worth hearing. Let's get into it. Number 10. Tissot T-Touch Expert Solar. The Tissot T-Touch Expert Solar is a watch that belongs in a category of its own. A Swiss-made multifunctional instrument that combines solar-powered eco-friendly technology with a touch-sensitive sapphire crystal interface unlike anything else in the Tissot catalog. Tapping different zones of the crystal activates a suite of functions built directly into the watch. Altimeter, barometer, compass, thermometer, chronograph, weather forecasting, and alarm, all accessible without a single button press, all powered indefinitely by light. This is a watch conceived for people who spend serious time outdoors and want instruments they can genuinely rely on, wrapped in a package that doesn't look out of place back in the office on Monday morning. The titanium case keeps weight impressively low, despite the technology packed inside, and the legible dial layout organizes a remarkable amount of information with clarity and calm. For the adventurer, the hiker, the sailor, or simply the technology enthusiast who appreciates Swiss engineering applied to a real-world brief, the T-Touch Expert Solar is a genuinely remarkable piece of kit. The Tissot T-Touch Expert Solar retails for approximately $875 $1,050 USD. Number 9. Hamilton Jazzmaster. The Hamilton Jazzmaster is the watch for the person who wants Swiss automatic quality, elegant design, and genuine heritage at a price that doesn't require a lengthy internal debate before purchase. Hamilton's American spirit and Swiss precision have always been an intoxicating combination, and the Jazzmaster line is where that combination finds its most refined, most dressed-up expression. Available in a range of case sizes and configurations, from clean three-hand models to open-heart versions that expose the beating balance wheel beneath, the Jazzmaster consistently delivers a level of dial finishing, hand quality, and case elegance that justifies the enthusiasm it generates among entry-level collectors. The ETA-based automatic movements inside are proven, reliable, and service-friendly, and the exhibition case backs invite genuine appreciation of the mechanical action within. On a leather strap, the Jazzmaster wears with a grown-up confidence that suits the office, a dinner, and everything in between. This is the watch you buy when you're ready for something a little more serious, and it rewards that readiness generously. The Hamilton Jazzmaster retails for approximately $450 $750 USD, depending on configuration. Number 8. Casio Vintage A168. The Casio Vintage A168 is proof that greatness doesn't require a large budget, a famous address, or a complicated movement. Sometimes it just requires getting everything exactly right and then leaving it alone for 40 years. Originally launched in the 1980s, the A168 has survived every swing of fashion and every technological revolution to arrive in the present day completely unchanged, completely unashamed, and more popular than ever. The stainless steel bracelet and case give it a heft and quality feel that no plastic alternative can replicate. The electroluminescent backlight glows green at the press of a button with a warmth that is instantly nostalgic for anyone who grew up in that era. The digital display reads the time, date, and day with absolute clarity, and the alarm and stopwatch functions work as reliably now as they did on day one. The A168 is not trying to be a luxury watch, a dress watch, or a tool watch. It is simply a perfect object, priced within reach of virtually anyone, that has earned its place in popular culture through pure honest merit. The Casio Vintage A168 retails for approximately $30-40 USD. Number 7. Oris Big Crown Pointer Date. The Oris Big Crown Pointer Date is one of watchmaking's most charming and distinctive designs. A watch that wears its vintage character not as an affectation, but as a genuine expression of where it came from and what it has always stood for. The defining feature is the large, sweeping pointer hand that arcs gracefully across the perimeter of the dial to indicate the date, a complication that is simultaneously functional, beautiful, and unlike virtually anything else on the market today. The oversized crown, designed originally for pilots wearing thick gloves, gives the watch its name and its personality in equal measure. Oris has been producing independent Swiss mechanical watches for over 100 years, and that independence, freedom from the pressures of a large corporate parent, shows in the warmth and authenticity of every design decision here. The 40mm cushion-shaped case sits beautifully on the wrist, and the dial layout, with its clean numerals and warm color palette, strikes a dressy casual balance appropriate for almost any occasion. This is a watch for someone who appreciates character above all else. The Oris Big Crown Pointer date retails for approximately $1,800–$2,200 USD. Number 6. Seiko Alpinist. The Seiko Alpinist is a cult classic with roots stretching back to 1959, originally developed for Japanese mountain climbers and carrying that heritage in every unusual, character-defining design choice it has made ever since. The internal compass bezel is unique in the watch world, operated by the crown at 4 o'clock, itself a detail found on almost no other watch, and gives the Alpinist a quirkiness that is not accidental but deeply intentional. The caliber 6R35 automatic movement inside delivers an excellent 70-hour power reserve, while sapphire crystal and 200 meters of water resistance ensure it can genuinely handle the outdoor conditions it was born for. The iconic domed green dial with cathedral hands and applied markers has a presence and depth that rewards long, close attention, shifting beautifully through different lighting conditions. In a market full of watches trying to look distinctive through superficial design tricks, the Seiko Alpinist achieves genuine individuality through decades of accumulated purpose and heritage. It is, without question, one of the most interesting watches available at any price. The Seiko Alpinist retails for approximately $525–$650 USD. Number 5. Omega Constellation. The Omega Constellation is one of the most enduring and recognizable dress watch designs in Swiss watchmaking, a collection that has graced the wrists of presidents, artists, and icons since its introduction in 1952, and one that continues to evolve while honoring the visual language that made it famous. The distinctive clawed lugs, known as the griffs, frame the case with an architectural confidence that sets the Constellation apart from every other dress watch in the Omega catalog, and the pie pan or horizontal stripe dial designs carry a warmth and elegance rooted firmly in watchmaking's golden era. The coaxial master chronometer certified movement inside represents Omega's finest regulated movement work, achieving anti-magnetic performance that exceeds 15,000 Gauss, a specification that renders it immune to virtually any magnetic field encountered in daily life. On a steel bracelet or leather strap, the Constellation wears with the kind of composed, unhurried elegance that comes only from a design that has had decades to mature and settle into itself. The Omega Constellation retails for approximately $3,500–$5,500 USD depending on configuration. Number 4. Patek Philippe Calatrava. The Patek Philippe Calatrava is the purest expression of the watchmaker's art. Stripped of complications, stripped of sporting pretension, stripped of everything that isn't essential, until what remains is a round case, a clean dial, 2 hands, and movement finishing of such extraordinary quality that it renders the whole exercise quietly, devastatingly perfect. Introduced in 1932 and drawing its name from the Spanish Order of Knighthood, whose cross forms the Patek Philippe logo, the Calatrava has defined what a dress watch should be for nearly a century. The thin profile sits beneath a shirt cuff with absolute ease. The dial, in silver or white gold, features applied hour markers of such precise execution that they appear to float above the surface. The Calibre 240 movement, an ultra-thin, self-winding manufacture caliber, is finished to a standard that few other watchmakers in the world can honestly claim to match. This is not a watch you wear to show what you have achieved. It is a watch you wear because you understand what watchmaking, at its highest, most concentrated, most disciplined level, can actually be. The Patek Philippe Calatrava retails for approximately $25,000, $35,000 USD. Number 3. Breitling Chronomat. The Breitling Chronomat is the watch that defined the modern pilot's chronograph. Bold, purposeful, technically serious, and possessed of a visual confidence that makes it one of the most recognizable watches in the world. Originally developed in the 1940s as a functional computing instrument for pilots and later reimagined in 1984 into the iconic form we know today, the Chronomat has always been about substance rather than style, though the style emphatically is there in abundance. The distinctive rouleau bracelet with its H-shaped links is a masterpiece of bracelet engineering, comfortable and secure on the wrist with a grip that inspires genuine confidence during active wear. The prominent rider tabs on the bezel, originally for slide rule calculations, give the watch its signature silhouette, and the multi-register chronograph dial is laid out with the legibility clarity of a true professional instrument. Inside, Breitling's manufacture caliber Bezo 1 chronograph movement is among the finest column wheel chronograph calibers in the industry. This is a watch with the soul of an aircraft, built to perform, built to last, built without apology. The Breitling Chronomat retails for approximately $7,500–$9,500 USD. Number 2. Audemars Piguet Millenary. The Audemars Piguet Millenary is the most artistically ambitious watch in one of the most artistically ambitious catalogs in Swiss watchmaking, a piece that deliberately challenges every convention of what a luxury watch is supposed to look like and arrives somewhere genuinely extraordinary in the process. The oval case is the first provocation. In a world of round and octagonal watches, the Millenary's elongated form creates an immediate visual tension that draws the eye and holds it. The off-centered dial layout, with the movement components arranged asymmetrically, the time display positioned to one side, and the skeletonized architecture of the hand-finished caliber exposed across the remaining surface, reads like a piece of abstract art rather than a conventional watch face. And the finishing quality that Audemars Piguet applies to those exposed movement components, the beveling, the circular graining, the polished edges, is among the finest in the world at any price. The Millenary is a watch for someone who has moved beyond wanting to be understood by everyone and simply wants to wear something that represents watchmaking as a genuine art form. The Audemars Piguet Millenary retails for approximately $20,000–$45,000 USD depending on material and complication. Number 1. Cartier Ballon Bleu. The Cartier Ballon Bleu takes the top spot on today's list, and in the context of a list that includes a Patek Philippe and an Audemars Piguet, that is a statement made with complete conviction. The Ballon Bleu, introduced in 2007, is one of the most successful and most beautiful watch designs of the modern era. A watch that arrived fully formed, as if it had always existed, and immediately took its place among the great Cartier designs of all time alongside the Tank and the Santos. The defining element is the floating crown protector, a polished cabochon-set dome that curves up from the case at 3 o'clock, housing the winding crown within a bubble of polished steel that gives the watch its name and its unmistakable silhouette. The round case flows into a bracelet of extraordinary quality, with each link executed in perfectly finished steel that moves and catches the light with a fluidity that rewards attention. The silver guilloche dial with blued steel hands and Roman numerals is Cartier classicism at its most refined and most confident. The automatic movement inside is regulated by Cartier's own manufacture caliber on higher spec models, delivering reliable Swiss precision wrapped in one of the most joyful, most genuinely beautiful cases ever conceived. The Ballon Bleu is not the most complicated watch on today's list, nor the most technologically advanced, but it is the one that makes you feel something the moment you see it on a wrist. And in the end, that is what the very best watches have always done. The Cartier Ballon Bleu retails for approximately $6,500–$12,000 USD, depending on size and material.